That seems fair. That seems fair.
You can't do it with your hands.
What'd she do with?
Use a pan.
Use a pan. Again, that's fair.
Are you drinking coffee right now?
It's decaf. But I put it in the
You didn't even offer me
espresso.
any.
Well, I was wondering if you wanted to try it. This one is so frothy.
I love a frothy coffee.
Yeah, give it
Are we
a
recording?
nice try. Yeah, we are.
It's been a while, you guys. It has been a minute, and I feel like I've been saying that every single time. Honestly, with the 2025 year that we had, I am just impressed that we're still here and we're still making this podcast.
Yeah.
If you want to see how my 2026 is going, insert the grape video.
The grape video?
I tried to do the 12 grapes, right? Like I was like I got so pressured. I can't like eat fast. I'm like nervous that I'm going to choke. And so Aaron like had to start eating my grapes for me. Like in my mind, I didn't look at the clock, but I don't think I finished it in the minute. And I know that that's supposed to be bad luck.
Well, that is a double-edged sword. 20 was a lot. Was it 20?
No, it was 12.
Oh, never mind.
Anyway.
You did have to chew like with haste, so that is a lot in a minute. And yeah, it might be a bit of a hazard to people who get nervous.
Well, the grape video that I opened was like, be really careful that you don't choke. Make sure to cut the grapes. Like, I feel like, yeah, I feel
like in the quarters.
Yeah, like I kind of feel like that.
That feels like cheating though. So, honestly, if you don't cut them in the quarters, then I feel like you get an extra minute. That would be like a speed eating competition, and then you get to chop up all the hot dogs.
Okay. Anyway, can you see me like if I'm all the way in the corner like this?
Let me double check. I don't want to have you cut out, although maybe that's a bit of a metaphor.
Can you also turn off the light in the dining room, please?
How are you feeling?
And can you put the
Whoa, okay.
plates in the
So
sink?
you want me to freaking leave? Okay, well then you have to talk.
Okay.
But I can leave the frame for like 30 seconds.
I think that I may have OCD because sometimes when things are not clean, I get really and this isn't the only reason I think I have OCD. It's like if I don't close the door a certain way, I can't sleep at night. You know what I mean? Or like if I step on a crack, then my whole family will die. But anyway, I have had a job, and so I've been going in 9 to 5 every day. And I haven't really been able to like deep clean my house only once a week. But then I'm like wasting the weekend just sitting inside and cleaning, which is sometimes fine. But anyway, because of that, I need you to turn off that light too, please. Thank you. My stomach really hurts from whatever I was like ravenous when I came home. Like I don't know what it is. I think that right now the main enjoyment of my life is food, which is not a healthy relationship with food, and I know that, and I should probably chill, and I'm talking a million miles an hour and I can't breathe.
Yeah, why don't we just bring it down a little bit? I mean, not in anything you're doing, but here, have a little sip of this. No, your tummy's not doing so well. Hey guys, yeah, so 2025 was a little bit of a toughie, obviously, as it was for everyone. And you know what? 2026 has started, and it hasn't slowed down. Just talking about around the world. So, everyone was waiting for the new year. No one took a collective breath, and that's what I was waiting for.
Oh my god, bro, my stomach pain is really bad.
Really?
Yeah, I need to like pause.
Yeah, should we pause the pod?
Just like, I'm gonna do some stretches, but you might have to just cut this part out.
Okay. Well, she's going to stretch on the couch during the podcast. So as you can see, guys, 2026 has had its own challenges. And it is January 8th, January 9th. So, yeah, it's been a little bit of a toughie thus far. Sophia and I are still clearly unwell and at our day jobs, which, as you can see, we are, I'd say for me at least, coming near the end of my rope, as George Bailey might say.
Aaron is going to quit. So to all of you people out there that are hiring Aaron,
She's back.
And you're his bosses.
Whoa.
What the hell are you doing calling him in meetings at 7 p.m. at night,
chill.
you fuckers?
Chill.
Sorry, we'll cut that out.
No, maybe whatever. Here's what I will say.
I don't like it when you tell me to chill, by the way.
Oh, sorry about that. My apologies. I don't mean it in a bad way.
Marido te pega.
Okay.
Dale golpes tú
So,
también.
maybe this is a good
Do you know
point.
what that means?
No, what does it mean? Something violent towards your spouse?
No.
What does it mean? Okay, anyway, moving on. You had your chance. So, maybe now would be a good time to address someone who has recently been in our comment sections. We don't get a lot of comments, so when we do, we notice. And a young person, assuming, I don't know
We
your
don't
age.
not get a lot of comments. I feel like you guys are really nice and you actually like hit us up often and keep commenting. We love it. You know, I'm not complaining.
What the hell is going on?
So bad.
What the fuck?
Okay. No, I do want to address this though.
Sure.
So
Okay, yeah,
okay,
go
like
for
the
it.
first like 15 minutes of this is like really unhinged, so we might just skip forward to this. But
Okay, do you want to speak or do you want me to speak? Because you were slightly out, so, but you opted like you were about to speak. Anyway, so to the person who was recently in our comments who asked a question, guys, if you ask a question, we will respond in this format. So, person who messaged, we really appreciate the message. We thought it was fantastic. And, you know, they were talking about how to deal with close relationships, partnerships, going through the highs and lows together. I think they even mentioned something about jealousy as well, potentially. How to work through all of those things. And you know what? I'm gonna start off. I
what
think
did they say about what was the actual question? I kind of want you to pull it up.
well, okay, but I'll say the first tidbit, which replies regardless, which is I think honestly it slightly depends on how long
You've been together?
you've been together, because you're. Oh, look who wants to join the party. Anyway, I don't know if you saw her on camera, but
It also depends if you're a freaking morning or night person. Because I woke up this morning, I was in love with Aaron. I just wanted to be around him. I just wanted to kiss his face. I just
Something-
wanted to
yeah.
smell his skin. Can't stand him right now. Because it's
she
nighttime.
hates me. Yeah.
Aaron's
Uh,
obsessed with me right now.
Yeah.
So
no.
if your girlfriend is a morning person and you're a night person, you've been together for only 6 months. End it right there. End it right there.
Well, we've
just
been
kidding.
together for 6 years, you silly goose. So
That
clearly
was a
that's-
joke. That was clearly a joke. I'm
Yeah.
really unhinged right now because I'm tired. But I do want to read.
This person's trying to ask for realistic advice. Of
Okay, we are dropped in. We are ready to answer your real
Oh
advice,
my
and
God.
I'm serious about it. What is
Great.
the question?
I'd love to hear more about how you guys grew so close and how you both helped each other through some hard times.
Oh.
Also, wow, is that what the cool kids do? They do AL, comma S for also. Or do you think that's a typo?
That's a typo.
Okay, well, maybe I think that's cool, man. That's cool. I'm gonna start doing that. How you guys address things like jealousy and tackling issues within the relationship. You guys radiate such a strong sense of love. Thank you.
That was so sweet.
That's very nice.
Okay. You talk first. I'll go second.
Oh my God.
Oh wait, my turn.
Okay. Here's what I will say on that front. I mean I do mean what I said. Like when Sophia and I first started dating, it was not a perfect fit, and I think Sophia would be the first one to tell you.
I got on the phone with my mom yesterday, and I said, God must have brought me to Aaron, because I had no idea why I was attracted to him in the beginning. And I'm not saying like Aaron's a good-looking guy, like and we had similar passions, but there is nothing in my mind that would have expected a loud Greek Colombian girl to date someone and be attracted to someone who didn't speak for like the first 3 months of our relationship. And I knew, like, I thought to myself, I was like, why am I like, because when I was first attracted to Aaron, like, it was a pull. It was like a strong pull where like it hurt to not be with him. Like, I've never experienced anything like that in my life, I will say. And I did not get it because he's very different than the type that I'm usually attracted to. And so I was like, why am I like, I cannot stop being around this person. I don't even know if I love being around them, but I just feel like a pull. I feel like a force that I'm like deeply spiritually attracted to them. I don't know what it was. And it felt really weird because it was very different from anything that I had ever experienced. And I was young, but I think I had experienced a lot up until then. So I don't know. It was really difficult in the beginning because we grew up in very different households and we spoke completely different languages. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think we're very different. Like our outer core is very different, and the way we express, especially in the beginning, the way we expressed ourselves was very different. And I honestly think if they're like some people say, oh, if it's not a good fit, or if they're like fundamental, like if you guys don't communicate well, or if you're if you're struggling to, share, or if there's certain elements of the relationship that you're struggling with, some people are like, get out. And I think it's more of like what Sophia is saying is if you feel something in your heart that is connected to this person, that's almost like it's intangible. I think love oftentimes it's a feeling, right? I mean, it's the same feeling that you feel when like you're a kid and you have a crush for the first time. It doesn't. It's hard to write down what that attraction is. It's just how that feels, I think, to be in love. And if you, what the hell is going on over there?
You're making me emotional.
Oh, okay. And I think when you have that feeling, and you know if you have that feeling towards that person, that is what you should pursue. Because and that doesn't mean you're going to end up with that person, because there are people in your life who you might love and then for some reason or another it's not the right fit. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I'd say
Like there's there are a couple things that have to
you can be like deeply in love with
Mhm.
multiple people in your life. I think that who it works with long term, it's more so about where your goals align
Mhm.
and what you want out of life.
Yeah.
Like I think that our goals, especially as we stayed together, we really grew together, and I think our likes and dislikes really shaped each other.
Yeah,
I
would
will
agree.
say, and I was thinking about this after reading your question actually. Aaron is someone, and look, it's whoever I guess it's whatever you need in a relationship personally. But for me, like, I don't know. I very much value Aaron's opinion, and I think that I've always found him to be a very smart person, and I've always trusted him in a lot of ways, and I've trusted him to take care of me intellectually. Like, I know that if I have a problem, he will help me think it through logically. And I really need that because I'm a very emotional person, and I can be I'm not impulsive at all, but I can be very destructive in that way. And I think I just need someone to sit there and like really rationalize it with me. And I think Aaron needs someone who just pushes him to do what his heart is telling him to do.
Yeah,
and I think that we balance each other out in that way.
But I think that also took a long time to develop, because for honestly the first year or two, it was like a really big struggle, and then I would say like in the last 2 years, it's connected. I mean, longer.
It took us a while. It honestly took us a while to feel stable, and I
Yeah.
think that but the thing that will also push you to know if it's right or not is if you're inspired by that person.
Yeah, and if you want
I do think that you should constantly be you should admire your partner, and you should want to live a life, I don't know. I think especially for women, because I think a lot of women in heterosexual relationships, and I've had friends tell me like they kind of feel like them, even like if they're writing down a list of traits that they'd want in a partner, them writing down like, I hope that he can uplift me in my career, or I hope that he can be someone who cooks amazing food, or things like that. Like, they feel that that's using someone or asking too much. And I think that it is important that your partner adds to your life. There's never been a time in my life, like, yes, Aaron can make my life hard when he stays up in the middle of the night working and I'm exhausted, but
And
he's
Sophia
always
can
made
make
my
my
life.
life hard when it's 7 in the morning. She's playing loud videos to wake me up.
But there's never a time when when I felt like, oh, he doesn't make my life easier.
Yeah, agreed.
With jealousy, that honestly was not ever an issue for us. I don't know. You want to speak on that, actually?
About jealousy as a whole, I think that it again depends where you are in the relationship. Like, I can understand. I think I'd need a little bit more insight into what that jealousy looks like.
Yeah.
If it's about specifically their relationship to another I think really jealousy is sort of a like you kind of have to get to the root of what that feeling is, because in my time of ever feeling like, and I'm not even talking about like romantically jealous, but like jealous of another person,
Mm-hmm.
that is generally a reflection of something that I feel like I'm not being substantial in. Like, if I'm jealous over someone's career or
Mm-hmm.
someone getting something, whether that's a not, and I'm not even speaking about me specifically, but like if you get a promotion or you book a gig or or you see someone in a state of success, I often feel like that's a reflection of myself in a way, and a reflection of the things that I feel like I'm not accomplishing. So I think romantically, it's about like you see your partner maybe giving someone else attention that you're craving. And I think what it really falls back onto is communication. And if you're feeling jealous and your partner, like, I think that there's just like a way of going about it. I think the worst thing you can do if you feel jealousy, and I think most people do get jealous, is being very open in a way that doesn't inhibit any of your partner's choices. What I mean by that is, if your partner has a friend who's a guy, not saying like, I don't want you hanging out with this person, or even saying anything remotely that would make her feel guilty or bad. Because even if you do feel like they have a tension with another person who is a male or whatever, that almost in the person's mind, like, if I'm being told not to hang out with another girl, because like it almost makes me want to do the opposite. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I think if you are jealous of your partner and then you say something that inhibits them from making a decision that they might not even be cognizant of, it's gonna reflect not well on you and your, because it's about trust. And then on top of that, yeah, I think that just that can be a really sticky situation really quickly. So my suggestion right off the bat would be really thinking about where it stems from. And I'm not at all implying that this is out of like an own personal insecurity, but it's like some sort of lapse in communication that I think can be really easily solved if you just go about it in like in a way that doesn't inhibit any of their choices. What would you say?
Yeah, I think that I don't know. You also kind of grow out of it as you get
Yeah.
older.
It's true.
I don't know where you're at in your relationship
Or how
your
old you are.
life, but I did feel like in college per se, you're going out, you're drinking with other people,
Yeah.
you're partying with other people. Like, Aaron lived with multiple girls, like that could be the reality of
Right, and you
your
could be long distance
situation.
even, like,
Or you could be in long distance, like things that
That
kind of
makes
set
sense.
that up. But
Mhm.
I do think over time, like, you sort of develop a little bit of your own bubble and those like one-on-one friendships, it's not that those don't become important, but they kind of like your relationship becomes a little bit more forefront as you get older. And that's with friends and everything as well. But I don't know. I think that's just a natural part of when you've been with someone for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I also think, like, you know, with me and Aaron specifically, I've definitely dealt with moments of jealousy, not romantically.
She's jealous of this body.
Yeah, sometimes I am. But no, I don't know. I think it's more so like as I often feel that when people are jealous of me or find or would say something like, I don't want you talking to that person, or make a comment like that makes me act out like crazy.
Yeah, of course.
And that makes me not want to be romantic with my partner if they're telling me to do that. So I just think from that perspective, like Aaron and I kind of both came from places where obviously we had been in long distance before and we had been really young, and so we were kind of in those types of relationships. And so when we started dating, we kind of both made an agreement to just not do that, and it's made our relationship stronger. And
because it puts more trust, like yeah, I don't know, I think it just comes down to like,
but I will say, like, I talk to my siblings and I'll talk to my friends, and I
yes.
do think we have a really rare
But yeah,
take on it.
we are unique,
like
in
we
that.
are very much like we're
very,
almost the opposite of jealous, where like it just doesn't really cross our mind in any way.
we're very much to like there are people who are pretty middle ground. We're pretty much to the opposite side of like anti-jealousy, as like to us, pretty like I'm pretty against it.
And I think like we both
As a
acknowledge
feeling.
like, oh, you're going to be attracted to people,
Yeah,
and
of
that's
course.
going to be okay.
And
Like
mhm.
that's a rare, I think that's a rare thing. Like Aaron
Yeah.
and I, we would never have an open relationship. No judgment to people who do, but personally, like I wouldn't want an open relationship with the person that I think is going to be my life partner. That's just me. And I wouldn't want to be polyamorous.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I am like, you know, I still have attractions to other people. Aaron still has attractions to other people. Like that's a normal thing that comes up in our relationship. But yeah, like I think that
Well, you're a human being, and I think like saying that I'm only ever in my life going to be attracted to you, I don't think that that's like, you can't make that promise. And I think that honesty is the most important thing you can do.
but you want to have that really trusting open relationship where you feel like if I said to you like, oh, that person's cute or whatever,
Mhm.
or if you were like, oh, I feel like we haven't been connecting as much recently, or
Yeah.
like I want to be romantic with you, like, or I feel like, you know, we've kind of been hanging out as friends for a little bit and
Right.
we need to go out and go on a date. Like you need to have that foundation where your partner doesn't feel judged going to you and saying all of those things.
Yeah.
And honestly, the fact that you're even like asking us about this and
That
you're like
means
taking
you're a
the
very
time,
open person.
it means you're very considerate.
Yeah.
And I think that your partner is lucky to have such a considerate guy.
For sure.
And you know, like you grow, and it's messy in the beginning too. Like we're
messy for like 5 years.
we were messy like every December. We're messy because
Yeah,
I
we're
go
so
through like a period.
And then also, your partner could be seasonal. She's seasonal.
I'm seasonal.
December is not her month.
Which is my
ever.
birthday month, which is funny.
December is never Sophia's month. And you know what? I just know every December, I need to be more patient with her, because she will be just in a different December headspace. That's December Sophia. That's a different Sophia than the Sophia out of the other 11 months.
Yeah.
So there you go.
You start to know each other really well. Aaron and I, we also clicked immediately on really weird things.
Mm-hmm.
Like we basically started living together like right after we slept together. So it was kind of just like I wouldn't recommend what we did. I wouldn't. But yeah, I don't know. I think just always remember to be you should always want to grow in your relationship. I have and obviously okay, this is different, and I think it can be, I don't know, I'm not specifically talking about looks, but there's like a lot of people that I know, like a lot of friends that will be like, well, I don't have to like, who am I trying to look good for now? Like, who am I trying to look good for?
What?
I don't really need
People
to.
say that?
Yeah, like I don't really need to do anything now
Oh.
because I have a boyfriend and he loves me for me and I don't have to try to look good anymore. But
That's
I
weird.
think like a lot of people say that. But I think like I have gotten more confident in myself throughout a relationship. I've invested in myself more. I'm constantly still trying to grow as an individual. And if you're shutting down those individual aspects of your life, I think that's also a sign that you are in a relationship. Like, you should always be growing in your relationship. You should always want better for the other person. You should always want them to be the best versions of themselves, and they should want you to be the best version of yourself. And it's you against the
Facts.
world. You know what I mean? Like, Aaron and I, we fight. We are annoying. We're like family though, and we are loyal as hell to each other. Like, if someone crossed Aaron, I'd kill them.
I think you also get to a point where it's like our fights, or when she's like mad at me, or when I'm mad at her, like in the beginning, and for the first like honestly like few dozen times that it happens, you feel like I think it can really affect you in a way where you feel like the relationship is in some kind of jeopardy. And I think over time, like I know that you just go through different like I could just be grumpy in the morning.
Yeah, sometimes he just needs to eat. But also, I will say this, and it depends how you were raised too, because I think Aaron's really shifted, and so have I. I think it is really healthy to fight. I think if
Yeah.
you are not fighting, like a healthy amount of fighting, where you're like discussing something, or you can say, like, I'm upset with you right now.
Yeah.
I think if you are not having those conversations and you're not arguing, there's actually something wrong.
Yeah, you need conflict.
You do.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, like, I think when we were first fighting, because I feel like, Aaron, you were not a combative person at all when we first started dating, and you're still not, but
I'm
with me, like, over the past 2 years, I noticed like Aaron will be snappy with me. Like, he'll wake up in the morning and he'll be rude. And
You're rude as hell
my
if you're playing
reaction-
if you're playing freaking video in the bathroom.
my reaction was actually, I was happy about that, because I
Mhm.
saw how much he grew, because he was able to, you know, voice how he feels and tell me that he's freaking annoyed with me. And as he should. So I think that, like, even though that seems like, oh, we're fighting more, like, that was kind of a win for our relationship in a weird
Mhm.
way. You want to be able to talk about things and be in those messy situations. And I had the freaking hardest year of my life. I had a really tough year, and so did Aaron. And, you know, that was the person that took care of me.
Yeah, for sure. I think like honestly the secret to longevity is hashing it out as soon as possible, because the longer things bubble, the the worse, like you'll just harbor bad sentiments towards that person, and then it'll come out in inappropriate ways. Like in ways that aren't just
Mhm.
about that thing. So like if I'm frustrated with Sophia about something and I just hold on to it, then I will let it out in ways that aren't even connected to the thing that I was originally mad about. And then like that's not okay. So I think it all just comes down to like everything we said before. Yeah. Frick, I hope that helps.
Wait, what I dropped,
What did you
like,
do?
there was a time, there was like a very specific time that I'm thinking of, where like I was
Oh,
carrying
yeah,
a ton
yeah.
of bags. I was
Yeah.
carrying a ton of bags,
Yeah, that really stuck.
and I didn't want to bother him, and so like I dropped the bag or something like that outside. And I think were you mad about something before that?
Maybe you were really adamant about taking like the bags down. I was like, don't take all those bags down. It's fine. Like I can help you. You're like, no, I'll take all the bags down. I think you thought you didn't want to annoy me. Then you took all these bags, like so many, and then like two of them just like toppled over and fell. And then I was just like,
And then later that day, we were doing something, and I think I spilled something on the floor, and he got like really upset about the fact that I spilled something on the floor. And I was like, I kept trying to like apologize to him, or maybe it was like that I cooked something wrong. I don't know. I kept trying to apologize to him about this like thing that I spilled on the floor. Let's say that's what it was. And I kept trying to like make it up to him, and he was still grumpy about it. And I was like, I'm really sorry that I like spilt that thing on the floor. And he was like, I'm not mad at you about that. I'm mad that you dropped those bags in the beginning or whatever it was.
And I say that because
It was like
the camera was in it and all the equipment and stuff.
no,
was in
you
it.
had every right. But the fact is that he was upset about something that happened like 2 hours before. So don't be
Yeah.
that person. Like,
Yeah.
just when you're annoyed, just say that you're annoyed, hash it out, and move on.
Yes.
And that is the best way to get through life, honestly, in any situation. I am a conflict head-on type of girl.
Yeah. Yeah. Facts only.
But anyway,
Yeah.
if you have any more questions, drop them below. You guys can ask us whatever you want. We're pretty open on this podcast because I don't think that any of our friends watch it, so we feel pretty chill. Anyway, I kind of wanted to talk about the exodus that is happening in Los Angeles right now.
Oh, sure.
No, you're tired.
I'm just looking at this little puss over here on the couch, and she's looking so tired and sleepy.
Okay, so my question to you.
Yep.
If you left LA tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
what would be your regrets?
Really wouldn't have that many regrets. I guess like making more stuff, but maybe trying some more restaurants. But like fundamental regrets, like over what?
Like, what would you have wished that you had done in LA?
More of, I guess, honestly, like one of the things that would have been a regret is not having started golf, because I don't think I could do that anywhere outside of California, because I'm not going to move. The only other place I'm going to move to that's not California is New York. That's it.
Yeah.
And you can't be playing golf there on the
True.
reg.
What do people do?
You have to go upstate, or you have to be rich
Yeah.
and have like a simulator in your house, and then you're not touching grass. You're not in the nature.
Yeah.
Like some people are really into The Sims, and
I would not want to sim. That's like walking on a treadmill. I hate walking
it
on a
would be like
treadmill.
running on a treadmill and saying I'm running.
Yeah. No, it's not the
Which,
same.
no disrespect if you do that, but you're just not getting the same like stimulus.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. So you feel like you could leave tomorrow then?
I don't feel like I could leave tomorrow, but I am feeling like if we've been putting in our time, and I do think if something doesn't spin soon, then yeah, we could be outie. That's the update, guys.
I feel like if you're
What would be
leaving
your
without
regret?
having I think I would have felt like you're gonna have to bleep these names.
Okay.
I think I would have regretted not like you making things with Kyle or with Paul.
Oh yeah.
Like-
That's probably true. Like not fulfilling those relationships. Yeah.
Yeah, like I would have felt like, oh, we could have made something together.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And I think I would have felt that way like
Sure.
with Kaylin as well, or
Yeah.
just like
Mhm.
not fulfilling those creative, or like trying to seek
To its
creative
maximum
community.
potential. Yeah.
Because it can be really isolating here. That is a thing. Like
yeah.
I think the way that I grew up is that I was just constantly surrounded by family, and I think that in a way, like I'm a naturally introverted person, and so like in LA, like a lot of people just kind of stay in their apartment and they're fine with that. And I naturally am like that, and so is Aaron. So I think it's really hard for us to find a community. And I'm feeling kind of done with that. Like I really do. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, and I think Aaron and I are doing this manifestation challenge, and so I'm trying to let things come to me more easily. Like I think that I have this idea in my life that was set up that, oh, you have to suffer in order to succeed, or things have to be difficult in order for them to be achievable.
Right.
And like, what if they don't have to be? What if things just come naturally? And what if things come easily? And what if you don't, because that was also a thing. Like, I think in the beginning of us coming here and me pursuing acting, like there is a lot of things that are completely out of your control that you can't do. And no
Yeah.
matter how hard you work, you can work really hard at acting, which is what? Taking an acting class, auditioning, maybe reading some books, maybe creating your own shorts, also doing a day job. Like that is working really hard, but there are more times than that where you're sitting and doing nothing, and those times are way harder for me
Yeah.
than when I'm working hard. That feels like way more suffering to me. And so I think like I'm really just trying to fix my relationship with those moments, because that's the majority of the career,
Mhm.
until hopefully you hit something and you make it big and all of a sudden you have opportunities. But that could be like a 10-20 year grind. And, I'm coming up on year 3 and that feels exhausting and feels like forever. And it's only year 3 and people would laugh at me if they heard me say that. But
Right.
and other people would be like, well, it came to me right when I graduated school and I booked immediately. And,
Yeah.
so I think I'm just kind of like grappling with the fact that a lot of it is completely out of my control. And I keep trying to find a how. I keep trying to figure out like, what things can I do to really be acting? Because at this point, because it's been so long, it's been a full year since we've done any sort of acting, like at all. Usually, even though we weren't working the 2 years before, we were making our own things and we were working with friends and we were doing things that stimulated us creatively. And honestly, I was getting as much acting experience as I would have if I was like in a movie. And so I think that I just really miss acting. Like Aaron was like, well, what would be the difference if we moved to New York? And I'm kind of like, I don't know. Like maybe it would be easier to do some play where you do it for no money, but at least people show up because they value theater in New York. So
Get
I
a
don't
little
really
bit
know
stage
though.
time.
But then like you hear people in New York say like there's no way you can make it on Broadway unless you're already a television star. So like you
Mhm.
have both sides of it. Like I'm sure that if we were in New York, we would find reasons to be like, oh, this is why we're not making it. We should have been making short films and doing it in LA when we had more space and more time and
Yeah.
more money, because in New York no one ever has money, right?
Right.
So yeah. Did you finish that?
Fuck, I did.
It's okay. I just didn't even get a sip.
So that's my bad completely, but it was cold.
Should we go to House of Pies after this?
We can, yeah, why not? See our boy Parker. I'll say his name. Won't dox him. He's the best waiter in town. If you see him and you don't tip him more than 20%, I'll fucking come to your house and I'll kill you and your family. Oh my god. Are you sure this is decaf?
You made it.
You're right.
Also, caffeine doesn't affect you.
You're right. This is totally decaf. I just got
Do
a
you know that's
rate.
a symptom of someone who has ADHD? Caffeine doesn't affect them.
It's not that. Oh my god, mommy. I mean, guys, we've known this since I was a baby that this is something I have. And I just have to figure out how to figure out my life. I do think the thing that is going to help me is the following. 1, going to bed at a reasonable time. 2, waking up at a reasonable time. 3, trying to get outside. Whoa, my voice completely changed pitch. Did you hear that?
Yeah, keep going.
So yeah, guys, I'm last 2 days I went to bed at a reasonable time. I've woken up at a reasonable time. So I will say that is a positive.
Did you leave the house today?
I didn't today, but I did the day before that.
We walked
Okay.
to block to the store, yeah.
Shoot, so then the day before I also woke up early.
Yeah.
So 3 days.
It's been 3 days, Aaron.
Nice, man.
Nice.
So 2 out of the 3 days I didn't really leave the house. Day
Should we
3
go on a little walk?
didn't leave the house at all. Day 1 played golf in the morning. Day 2, I think also it's a little bit tricky. I am excited for Sophia to go Harvard because then I can also go to the gym in the middle of the day.
Yeah, because we only have one car, so it's been really difficult.
So I will say that has been my biggest struggle, but that's okay because it'll be fine, you guys. The hell am I doing?
I can't stop thinking
about-
about traveling. You guys, we went to the Rancho Bernardo Inn, which is our favorite place to go. It's like just really calm vibe.
a great California
you hear us talking
staycation.
about it. We've done podcasts there. Like we didn't order Biff's cookies this time, which I was highly disappointed in because I thought I was gonna get there and they were gonna be ready. But I also thought that the script was gonna be done. So just a lot of disappointments on that trip. And then I ended up getting wasted out of my freaking mind
That was crazy.
at the fancy dinner. Like couldn't even see straight.
Mm-mm.
I don't know what happened to me. And Aaron was like trying to talk to me about the food, and this was like gourmet, like
It was a
really expensive dinner.
It was a 3 Michelin star.
And I was like, it's just not hitting for me. Like that's how drunk I got. But I stand by that. I stand by Drunk Sophia. It didn't hit for me.
There were very delicious elements. You know what I think it also was? I don't totally disagree. I do think the ambiance and the environment was not super welcoming. We also went to, it's one of like the best rated restaurants in the world. So if you're constantly comparing things to the French Laundry, I mean, come on. Although I have read complaints about that restaurant
Yeah.
that it doesn't totally meet the expectations.
It doesn't at all.
If I spent $100 per person, I would be like, okay,
If I spent 200,
yeah. But it was like 400 per person.
yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
How much was the French Laundry per person? 1,000?
Honestly, it was no. It was close in price. They were almost the exact same
I
in
think the French
price.
Laundry is cheaper than that French restaurant that I went to with my when I was in high school.
Probably.
That one was really expensive.
Yeah. Well, she was popping off back in those days too.
It was really good, but like nothing will compare to the food experience that we had at the French Laundry.
It was really good.
And it just felt palatable. Like it felt human. I don't know how to describe it. Sometimes, because I get really overwhelmed when you go to restaurants like that. Like the stakes just feel high. You kind of have to drink because you're a little bit on edge.
Yeah.
I don't know. It feels weird having people be like, "Okay, sir. Okay, ma'am," and like you can't really have like a casual conversation. Really.
Yeah, the French
it's
Laundry
very stiff.
feels very like not that way at all.
No, it still did.
Oh, because of our little sassy waiter, yeah.
Our sassy waiter was like a little bit like, "What happened?" I think I went to pick up my napkin or something.
No. You went to pour the wine.
I didn't know that was like a big no-no. How many times have I gone to a Michelin
Bro, I didn't
star?
know that either.
He was like, "Don't." I was like, "Oh shoot, okay." Anyway,
He said even sassy. He was like, "We will be the ones doing the pouring."
yeah, but
And
it
he
was
took the
like,
bottle from your hand. I
It
was
was
like,
almost as if he slapped my hand down on the table.
I think he hit you. I think he punched you. Yeah. Yeah, I was there. I'm pretty sure he touched
But
you.
anyway, we are.
He fucking touched you.
Stop. Wait, I need to tell you a story after this. It's not on the pod. Anyway, we had still with that sassy waiter, we still had a wonderful time, and I swear, you guys, this is the year. Okay, so I remember
Oh,
like
she's high-fived again.
I was sitting. I was putting on my little sweater because I didn't want you guys to see my tum right now. And I was like, you know what? Like, I forget the reason why I do this podcast. Like, I have to remember every time that I film. It's not for the likes. It's not for the views.
It's for the feet.
Is for... You ruined it.
Sorry, what is it for?
No.
Come on, finish your sentence.
It's for people. It's for me and other people to look back and say, she got through that time. And I've always wanted to look at like a successful actress or like a successful couple and, people who really made it. Because you look at their stories, right? And you see like in their Wikipedia, you're like, blah, 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 booked this and then this. And it was a really hard time. And they did like 100 auditions, which is nothing, by the way. And then they booked and they had like a really rough 2 years, right? But I want to calculate every single week. I want to look back and see every single week of how much little Sophia was struggling. And I want to prove to myself and to other people that you can do it. And look, I've grown a lot in this last year alone. Like, it's not even just for acting anymore. It's like you can get through a death in your family. You can get through moving to a new city where you don't know anyone. You can get through friend breakups, and you can get through graduating college and being so confused in your 20s, and you can get through hard times in your relationships or beautiful times in your relationship in family struggles and like the pain of just getting older. And I think that like I've proved to myself through this podcast, and I have to remind myself every time I podcast that that is why I do it. And I hope that next year I look back at this podcast and I know I was having stomach pain and, you know, but I look back at a year ago from this podcast, my acne was like wretched. And I'm not saying that it's like it's not clear completely, but it's so much clearer. Like I couldn't even leave the house.
Yeah.
And whatever, like that's a small thing, but not really. That was a big deal to me. And I think that I've just come further than I give myself credit for. And I want to look back in a year and be like, yes, you were. I want to look back in a year and say to myself, you're doing what you love. You're actually doing what you love. And you don't need to be doing a million things to support yourself. That is my goal, to be doing what I love and have my passion support me.
Yes.
So 2027, Sophia,
Oh, yeah.
look back and at this New Year podcast, first podcast of 2026, we started in 2022 or 2023?
I think 23.
Yeah. So it's been 3 years of us podcasting and 3 years of us living in LA. And I think we are debating whether or not we're going to join the LA Exodus. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, guys. I think we're going to give this another 6 months or so. See if anything can kick off in that time. And, yeah, I hear New York is lovely in the fall.
You're crazy.
Fuck it.
FIFA fun, bitches.
Fun
Also,
up.
feel free to leave more questions if you want.
Yes.
Our humble opinions.